Hey mamas. I'm Jess.
I'm Erica. Oh, that still feels a bit weird.
And today we are going to be speaking to owner of El Cofre de Maya, mum of two little girls.
Whoop,
Her
whoop.
name is Vanessa. Hey, how are you?
I'm good, man. Tired. Sorry, this is a whole new laptop. I have no idea. It's pretty old.
You look like one of them mums that don't know how to operate.
Them aunties.
You know when you say that your mum's typing and she's like for an hour and it's like okay, and it's like what the hell?
That's me. That is me. Girls, I'm not gonna lie. I'm really excited. Thank you for having me. Is there someone missing? I feel like Mum, I made it. I've got to say that. I'm like, I made it.
We had 3, but we've gone down to 2.
And then there were 2. Ahora falta que una vaya también. You can always step in.
Mama's Code.
So let's get this started, guys. Did you have prawns for dinner today?
Oh wow. Oh wow. No, not today. Not today.
So when are you going to give up the prawns, Vanessa?
I'm not. I can't. I'm obsessed. Yo creo que, I don't know, can I get ill from that?
Well, we were just talking, but we're no different. We eat chicken every fucking day. And it's like, what is wrong with us?
Guys, for everyone listening, Vanessa here, owner of El Cofre Maya, she is actually an Instagram influencer with her prawn recipe. Like, honestly, the amount of people that she's got on this recipe, if you go on her Instagram every single day or like, you know, a couple days a week, you see these sizzling prawns. Not gonna lie, they look very tasty.
They are juicy. They are so juicy. They are so nice. Costco. Listen, I share things. Yo no soy de esas tacañas.
I'm pissing myself just thinking of your sizzling prawns.
They are sizzling though. You can hear it through the video.
I know. And
It's
and
like...
they last time I was just watching all her stories about the plate of food that she served her husband. And then I'm like, where's the mac and cheese on yours, babe?
I don't eat carbs, you know.
Really?
Yeah. Like today, I don't know if you saw it on my story. We went to Alto in Selfridges because we think we're bougie. we think like we're Sex in the City or something. But yeah, we went Alto and they do this really, really nice carbonara. Like I like a good carbonara. And I thought, oh, that was nice. That was like my carb fix. But I eat very little carb because mac and cheese, I'll have like 3 bites and I'm full. Like I feel sick. But where he's Caribbean, he has to have his mac and cheese. And I don't feed him that every day because me engorda.
So do you not eat rice?
I do, but not like, babe. Do you know what? The last time I cooked rice, what day is it today? Last time I cooked rice was 2 weeks ago.
Oh my God, if I did that, we would die in this household.
Literally. My family revolve around rice.
This is Colombians though.
We are made of rice.
We're half Colombian, half rice. That's us.
So how was your birthing experience?
Oh my God. Luckily, I had a very, very nice, smooth birth. I had Lyrica in the birthing pool. It was lovely. However, I wanted my mum there as well as my partner, but you're only allowed one birthing partner, which was a bit shit. But he wasn't there for Maya's birth, which not a lot of people know about. So for him, it kind of worked out quite nice because he was able to really kind of step up and enjoy that moment, even though I would look at him and she was born at 8 o'clock in the morning, 8:16 to be precise. And we got to the hospital at 2:30 a.m. and he was shattered because he's a black cab driver. So he works nights.
Yeah.
He hadn't slept that day. And yeah, I was contracting and it was about 8:30 p.m. And I had put Maya to bed, but she was literally on one. I was like, oh my God, you're driving me mad. Oh my God, I'm going to throw you in a bin, por favor. And I was having contractions. I had earlier gone to Westfield and I was walking around and I was like, Mami, tengo olores. And she's like, ay, Dios mío, we have to go. I was like, no, I want to go buy some makeup. These times I don't wear makeup like that. Hoy me pintorreteé because I thought, oh, why not? But I don't wear makeup every day. And I wanted to buy makeup when I'm having contractions. Listen, you know what they say, walk. It will help speed up. No, went home, gave Maya a bath, got her ready, read her books, put her in bed. She's faffing around. My partner's in the room. I was like, I'm contracting. I'm having contractions. And he's like, okay. I was like, no, I'm having contractions. He's getting dressed. I'm like, is he going to work? I'm like, are you going to work? He's like, yeah. I've just got like a few app jobs. But obviously, due to COVID, he didn't work for so many months. So any job that he can get in his black cab, like he's going to take it right now, which I say to him, go work. But I'm like, bro, I'm having contractions. Why are you leaving me? But he's gone. He's like, it's only 2 jobs. He was literally gone for about 15 minutes and came back. I think he didn't go to do these jobs. I think he went out for a breather. I genuinely believe that. So he come back and I said, take Maya to my mum's because this is getting, I was like, we're having a baby. Maya's like, yay, mummy. She's like, do you need me to hold your hand? I was like, at this point, I'm like, hey, mummy.
You're like, can you fuck off? In the nicest possible way.
That's exactly what I would. I was like, it's like, mummy, I love you so much. I love you too. Mummy, I love you so much. She's like, you're going to be okay. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to be fine. She was happy because she loves staying at Abuelita's house. He come back. Este hombre no sabía dónde meterse. He was like pacing up and down, trying to be calm. He's very calm. Anyone that knows him is like, he is so laid back. He's horizontal. Like, it's just scary. Me, on the other hand, I'm like, una loca. So I'm there doing my hypnobirthing. I put my YouTube on and I was like, zenning myself to the point where it got like, I got in the bath, I came back out and I was like, no, this isn't even working for me right now. Called, obviously, the hospital and they were like, oh, darling, yes, when they're 5 minutes apart. Well, no, when they're, 5 minutes apart because it's your second baby, make your way. That was at 11 p.m. At 2 in the morning, I was like, I can't take it no more. And they were like 3 minutes apart, 4 minutes apart. They were like staggered. So I called them. I said, I'm on my way. I was so cold that night and it was like summer, 27th of July. It was hot, even in the evening, but I was so cold. I took this big fleece. I don't know who, I had my Louis Vuitton bag. I had shades on at night. I don't know who I thought I was. I got to the birthing centre. They're like, we're going to check you over. They're like, can you please put your face mask on? I was like, what? I'm like, no. Not putting my face mask on. Am I going to have to give birth with a face mask
when
on?
you walked in?
Yeah, when I walked in. I'm contracting. Like, I'm going to scream and I'm going to bite your head off if you make me put this. She's like, please, Miss Montez, I really, really need you to put your mask on. I was like, fine. I was like 3 days overdue. I had already had a sweep and I had the COVID test. You have to have a COVID test if you're about to give birth. So imagine you're there, like, heavily pregnant, and you have to have these sticks literally up your nose to the point where when she finished, I was like, did you take a swab of my brain at the same time? That's how far up. Oh my God, I've never felt anything so horrible in my, okay. But yeah, it was horrible. It was the worst experience. And then obviously in your throat 3 times each, right? She said to me, oh, by the way, got your test back. You're negative. I was like, what are you talking about? She's like, you're COVID. She's like, yeah, because if you tested positive, we'd have to isolate you completely. You wouldn't be allowed to have anyone with you. I was like, what, not even a birthing partner? She's like, not in the birthing centre, no. You'd be taken straight to labour wards and you'd be isolated. I think that's terrible. Gracias a Dios, that wasn't my situation.
Sorry to butt in. Did your partner get tested? Did he have to get tested? No,
this is what's so random. No. If you're in the birthing centre and you're low risk, you're healthy.
What's the point of testing the mum?
It doesn't make sense. I was like, why are you going to test me? And the poor midwife, she looked like she was about to cry. Like, test me. She's like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, but why are you testing me? She's like, I am so sorry. She was Spanish. She was like, I'm so sorry. I just have to do it. I'm like, hágale pues, hombre. Cut a long story short, they sent me to walk. They were like, you're 4 centimeters dilated. I was like, is that it? I feel like she's about to come out of me, like right now. She's going to just plop out on the floor. No, please don't make me do this. Anyway, went to walk, managed to do that for about an hour. And then my partner went in and he was like, nah, you lot are taking the piss now. She's in pain. Like, she can't take it no more. I was like, Vicky, I can't do it. I was crying. I was like, I can't do it. I'm in so much pain. I don't know if this is for all birthing centres, but you don't get an epidural. I didn't know that because I had Maya in the labour ward. Well, the pregnancy was fine, but the birth was just traumatic. But this one wasn't even an option to have an epidural.
Yeah, they only give you that injection and gas and air.
Yeah. So they were like, okay, we're going to take you to your room now. And in your room, you can take off your mask. I was like, cheers. All this time, walking, pacing up and down, I'm wearing my mask. And so is my partner, even though he refuses to wear masks. But whatever. That's a whole different topic. We got into the room, lovely. At this point, it was like almost 4 a.m. And yeah, they just left me to it. I had one midwife in there with me, and she so happened to be a student midwife. I was like, great. So yeah, she was like, she was there up until 8 o'clock when they changed their shift. Lyrica decides to be born at 8:16 when the new midwives came in. So by the time that I was like, please don't leave, because you've been with me throughout the whole of basically I kind of want to stick with you. No. And I was in the water for, I think we got into the room, and 10 minutes they put on the gown, and 10 minutes later they were like, do you want to go in the water? Like, would you like gas and air? I was like, give me gas and air right now. I need it right now. And then they said, would you like to try the water? I was like, get me in that pool again right now. So as soon as I got in the pool, that was it. I came out of there looking like an actual prune, just how arrugadita. I think I shed like so much skin in that water. But yeah, it was very different. It was very different. But again, I had hypnobirthing, so it was nice. It was a very nice experience. I mean, and this might be a bit graphic, but I didn't have any tears or like I did last time round. And I didn't even realize that my partner had actually filmed it, like when I was crowning. And like 3 days later after giving birth, he sends me the video.
Oh my God. Was he in there?
He's like behind me. I'm there holding on to this for dear life. I don't know where I'm getting this strength of like sumo wrestler. I'm holding on to the sides, and you could just hear, like, if I was to play the audio to you right now, I think you would all kind of flash back to the time when you had babies. When my friend, she was like, I want to see the video. I was like, do you? He wasn't right in there, but you can see enough. And it's what you can hear. I'm like, is that me? I was like, oh my God, cringe. Oh my God, is that me? Oh my God. My mum heard it, because my mum, I remember in my first birth, my mum was there, and my mum was raggo. Like, I'll never forget that she said to me, for some reason, I decided to pencil my eyebrows in when I was about to give birth to Maya. And then it got to a point where my mum was like, oiga, I'm in pain. And she was like, se le urró una ceja.
Your eyebrows gone.
Yeah, your eyebrows rubbed off. I was like, there's pencil in the bag. Pencil in the bag. Like, my mum is just she is one of them Colombian mums that she just don't care. Like, you could be dying, she'll be laughing at you.
Probably offering Vaporru for you, like, ¿quiere que le eche esto?
she I don't know where she came out with like lavender spray, and I'm there like in un dolor, like I'm about to die. I literally said to her, I can see the light, mum. Like, I'm going to die. Like, if they ask you the baby or Vanessa, choose the baby. Like, that's what I said to her. And my mum was like, you're so dramatic. I know I am, but that's how I felt. That's how I felt at the time. And she came out calling it spray, and she's like, venga, mija. She just sprayed on me when I'm like listen, I can't. But yeah, this birth was completely different. It's very different after when you come home. That's what I find. But even now, I find bizarre, because I've had to chase my GP for a postnatal appointment, like to check me over to make sure that I'm okay. Like, no one has rang me to see, like, are you okay? Like, are you feeling depressed? Are you going through it? And I felt like I did. When she was about 2 weeks, I'd find myself crying for no reason. And actually, this is the first time that I'm saying it out loud, and I'm saying it out to the fucking world. But I actually found myself crying. Like, I'd be washing the dishes and I'm crying, and I don't know why I'm crying, because I'm happy. Like, I'm over the moon. Like, I have my family, like, my girls are healthy. I'm thriving. My partner's fine. Like, everything's going well, but I'm finding myself really down, and I didn't understand it. And there wasn't anyone to even talk to, because when I spoke to my partner was like, but babe, why are you upset? Like, what could you possibly be down about? Whereas before lockdown and COVID and all this madness, you would have your health visitors visiting you your midwife visiting you 10 days up until the baby's 10 days, every single day. No, I had one visit when Lyrica, the next day, when she was a day old, she didn't even get weighed. She was at a distance. They looked at her. They were like, oh, her skin color looks fine. It's mad. It's mad. I had to chase the GP she's just had her 8-week check on Friday on the GP, and she's had her immunizations as well. But as for the mothers, we're literally like shunned to the side. So I'd really feel bad for like first
I
time
was gonna
moms.
say it must be really hard.
Yeah, I kind of know like how to deal with it, and I just get on with things in general. I'm like, I'll just get on with it. Like, don't rely on anyone, even medical help. I just don't. But imagine if I really needed it, or the people that really, really do need it, I feel terrible for them.
Like, say as a new mom, if a midwife or a medical person is telling you your baby looks fine, you take that as a relief.
They are the ones that know,
yeah,
are supposed to know everything. And it's just even calling my GP, and she was like, oh, I mean, don't owe me. Like, give me some sort of reassurance, woman. Like, what do you mean, oh? So when I saw the nurse, funny enough, she has just had a baby and come back from maternity leave. So her baby's like 7 months now. She's like, yes, my first day back. So Lyrica was her first baby that she looked after and done the check with the doctor. So, and I said to her, you know, I was like, I haven't had because it's meant to be mum and baby check, 8-month check. And they're supposed to say to you, have you stopped bleeding? Like, how are you? Are you on contraception? That's another thing, you know, like even before Lyrica was born, in my last antenatal appointment, the doctor there, she literally shoved contraception in my face. She was like, what form of contraception are you going to go on? I was like, mate, I haven't even pushed out this baby yet. Like, I don't know. Like, they're him in pass. I don't know. Condom. I don't know. Maybe I don't want to have sex again. Like, I don't know, innit? I don't know right now. They're really pushing this whole contraception. I don't think they want people to have any more babies. The way that this government has treated the maternity section and mums to be during this pandemic has been disgusting. How can you tell me that you are allowed to link up with 30 people, obviously before the whole 6 people thing, open bars and pubs, we can all go have a drink, but I can't have my mum and my partner
it doesn't make sense
in the birthing room with me? Why couldn't my mum have been there to support not only me, but support my partner, because it was his first time as well? I just remember hearing like him whispering in my ear, and he's really not the romantic type, but he whispered in my ear, and I'll never forget it. He was like, don't give up on me. And that for me was it. I was like, get this baby out of me right now. Me salió fuerza de I don't know where, but he literally said to me in my ear, he's like, don't give up on me. He's a man of very, very little
It's
words.
actually quite emotional, isn't it? They really can't say anything in that moment that's going to make you feel better, but it's the right things that they say, I guess.
Yeah, and he sat there after, like once we were on the bed and whatever, and he was like, I don't know how you did that. He's like, my level of respect for you is now just he's like, obviously you're the mother of our firstborn as well, and you know I love you for her, but witnessing it and seeing it and being with you and seeing the strength that came out of nowhere, Vanessa, because you were shattered, like you were tired. He's like, it's a madness. He's like, it's absolute. And I think that's when, you know, they say that women, we become mums when we find out that we're pregnant, but men become fathers when they see their baby be born, especially like if they have another baby again. No, I can't speak for him, can I? But I can definitely see that a change in them.
Mama, I love you.
So if we go back to when you met your partner, obviously we know that he's not Colombian. Were there any cultural differences?
No. Only, do you know what? Only that he doesn't speak Spanish, but he's learning right now. Like he's making the effort right now to learn Spanish, which I think is amazing. Because I always said to him, babe, you need to learn Spanish. Like you really do.
Yeah.
It was nothing. He was like, I've got to learn French first, because his mom's Dominican and his dad is Jamaican, but he takes more to his mom's side in that sense. So he'll say, I'm Dominican. He won't really rep his Jamaican side. And I'm like, no, you're both. But yeah, I think maybe because his Dominican side is much bigger. So he's got way more family. And obviously Dominicans speak French, broken French, but that's obviously what they speak. And he's like, I can't learn Spanish before learning French. And I remember about 3 years ago or 2 years ago, he enrolled in college and he went to take lessons for French, but French was full up. So he took lessons, he enrolled in lessons for Italian.
Not even Spanish. What are you going to do with Italian, babe?
It's cool, you do your thing. And he learned a few things. So now that I'm teaching him, like, we're literally at the basics. Buenos dias, buenas tardes, buenas noches, hola, ¿cómo estás? Bien, gracias. Like, just obviously the basics. Just have a normal conversation with somebody. He'll say, ¿cómo stai? I'm like, no, that's Italian. When I said that, I was like, that's Italian. So we learned something. But now, like today, he went to my mum's and he was like, buenas tardes. And then my mum was like, uy, ¿cómo estás? She got so gassed. And then he's like, what do I say after that? What am I meant to reply? But you know what? It's the effort, and it does mean a lot. Because I said to him, I was like, it's really important because I don't want the girls to grow up and think that they can talk Spanish when you're around and think that you don't understand. So,
Yeah.
they got to know that we can't play against mom and dad. Like, no, mom and dad know Spanish and English. Yeah.
Cool. So you saying that, would you say that you're playing the part in making sure the girls still have that Latin culture
Definitely
in them?
Definitely. I say to him, I'm like, you're Colombian now. Because like I say it all the time. I was like, I don't see us as a different race.
Yeah.
And a lot of people might be like, what? Like, that doesn't make sense. But Caribbean and Latin culture, we're the same. I don't see a difference. Like, we have very much the same, like, morals and upbringings, our music, our food, our family orientation. Like, we're very Colombians, we're very close in family, right? So are Caribbeans, and they're massive families. And he always said, he's like, our girls need to speak Spanish. They need to know where they come from. And to me, that's so important, especially living in the UK and in London. Like, I mean, nunca se me olvida, like, where I'm from, and I never will forget. Like, that's my roots. Like, people say, oh, but you're English. I'm not English. Like, I may be British. I may have a British passport. I may have even been born here, but I am Colombian. Because when you get stopped and searched by feds, you are Colombian. Yeah. They will look at you and just pick at an accent, pick at any type of tinge that you have in your skin color. And you're not one of them. Yeah. So I think it's so important to teach your kids Spanish and where they come from.
100%.
Especially us, like, we're like, what, second, third generation? I'm second generation, I think. So my mom's first. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think it's really important that my girls learn Spanish the way that I learn it. I don't have an accent in English and I don't have an accent in Spanish. Like, I'll go to Colombia and no one will know about an island that I live here.
Yeah.
And vice versa. I do, and I say it to my friends, I'm like, it's so important, man. Like
to keep the culture in your kids.
Keep it in there. Like, Maya, I teach Maya salsa. I teach, like, she canta rancheras. You know what I mean? Like, she'll sing. Imagine, she'll be singing rancheras from Pasión de Gavilanes, right? And then 2 minutes later, she'll be like saying world boss with her dad to Vibes Cartel. So it's like, I love that. Like, that. Yeah. That's like, my household is filled with culture. And if I was to have more kids, it will be the same thing. Like, you guys are Latin and Caribbean. That's your background. That is where you are from, and never forget it, because you're not insidious.
Yeah, like, you're 50-50. You need to embrace both sides. And I think it's really easy for children that, say, have been born here, and like the new generation, to get lost in the just speaking English. And because I know
parents speak English.
Yeah,
and we speak it really well, so it's easy because even I find myself speaking English to Maya, and I'm like, I need to speak more Spanish to her. Like, I beat myself up about it, because she's not going to pick it up, even though she speaks it and she understands it very well, but she could be speaking more. But because she knows Mummy understands English, Daddy doesn't speak Spanish, and Abuelita understands English, even though my mum was like, I don't understand you. She will, she'll still try it. Maya will still try it. And again, I think these kids in this day and age, they're a different kettle.
Yeah, they are.
I know a few kids as well that, like, they're like teenagers now, and they can't hold a small conversation in Spanish with you. Like, they literally sound gringos, or they will be like, ay, como estoy ayer, like, what are you saying, mate, kind of thing. But again, it flips as well, because it's like, because my parents don't speak English but they understand me, I'm just going to speak English to them. And
we have the harder job, because when it came to my mum, teaching me Spanish, I remember, and she says it to me, she's like, when you went to nursery, you spoke Spanish, like, no one understood you. The only person who understood you was a Portuguese lady, and all she understood that you were saying was agua. That's it. That's all they understood. because that's like I spoke Spanish. And then a week later, I was speaking English.
Yeah.
Kids pick up languages so quickly.
They're sponges.
They pick up everything. They can pick up a language. Promise you that. So I think we need to do more as, you know, that second generation or first generation for our babies, that, you know, teach them where they come from and teach them, like having more than one language will open so many doors for you in life. We don't even realize like how much of a gift that is. And I truly believe that the biggest gift you can give your kids is education.
100%.
And I feel like sometimes I don't have enough time. Even though I'm at home all the time, I feel like I don't have enough time for Maya, and I need to make time. And I think this is why it takes us to, you know, why I started off with Cofre Maya and why I decided to just never go back to work because I feel like she needs me. And I was saying that to a lady today, one of my mum's friends. She was like, oh, mija, like, I want to buy some things. Tiene ahí en el bolso. I'm like, I don't think you realize how big this has got. I can't roll around with all my jewelry in my bag.
Like in the old days, you just unroll the thing.
That was me. I had the velour thingy. That was me. I used to roll with that everywhere. I was like, it's really not like that. And she's like, but that's really good. Like, you know, I'm so proud and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, and then I said it to her, I was like, I do it for these two. This is the reason why, because I remember my mum matándose and going to work and cleaning because that's all she could do. Someone else's shit, basically, so that I had everything that I wanted. Like, and we're not talking about material things, but there was never a school trip that I never went to. There was never a party that she didn't take me to. You know, there was never a birthday that I didn't celebrate. Like, my mum did it all. So for me, like, you know, teaching my girls about the Latin culture and Colombia. Like, Maya's been Colombia twice. And, you know, if I would have been able to take her this year, we would have gone. We would have gone 100%. So hopefully next year. But she says it. She's like, I'm going to Colombia with my abuelita. Bye, mum. She's like, and you can go Jamaica with dad. I was like, oh, God. Okay, then. But yeah, so she already very much knows where she's from.
That's really good.
Like, where are you from? And she's like, Jamaica, Dominica, and Colombia. And they'll say, what, like, her dad will say, what are you? And she's like, I'm black.
That's so good. It's absolutely beautiful.
That's so beautiful. Even to the point of her hair. Like, she's got very, very, very curly hair, long curly hair. And I've straightened it twice, like, got it cut for her 5th birthday recently, and she had a little blow dry. She's like, oh my God, Mummy, this is so beautiful. But I'm so particular in buying her books about her hair, about, you know, being a little black girl, because that is what you are. That is what you are, and you're going to love yourself, and Mummy loves you, Daddy loves you, and everyone's going to love you because you love yourself. It starts from within.
Yep.
So she was like, oh, I really like my hair straight, Mummy, but I think curly's better. I'm like, 100%, baby. 100% all the way. So it's those little things that as parents we need to do. Not only, you know, it goes deeper than teaching them about their culture. It's everything that comes with it. It's their skin tone, it's their hair, it's the way they walk, it's the way they talk, because kids are mean in school, man.
Well, that's what I was going to say. You know, it's there's only a part where you can control and make her see that, you know, black is beautiful, but then you have to kind of, and it's sad that we're still living this in this day and age, that we still have to talk to our children about, you know, if someone says this to you, don't just don't take it. Be proud of what you are. Like Joel, he came up to me one day and he was like, oh, Mummy, we were watching this film and then there was this little white girl and she saw a brown boy. She calls him a brown boy. And they were in a swimming pool and the white girl said to the brown boy, oh, you've got chocolate all over you. And then I was like, well, what does that mean to you? He's like, well, you know, I'm brown. And I was looking at him like, you're right, babe. I promise you.
Like, what is he about to say?
This boy thinks, like, literally, he thinks he's a brown boy. And I'm like, I don't know how to explain it to him because I don't want to be like, no, you're not brown. I'm sorry to break it to you, hon, but you are not brown. But he obviously identifies as his dad. So, you know, Camilo has brown skin. So he's tanned. I think for a child like him, his little best friend is like a little black boy. He's an African boy. And he says that they're the same.
Just allow it. If that's what he identifies as, is like, but he is, because Camilo is black. He's black Colombian.
The innocence of children, like they all come like this. Joel is like, oh, I'm brown as well. He doesn't see it as that, he's brown and I'm white, and or vice versa. But then it's...
Well, he doesn't even say white because he's rude, like plain rude. Like, I brought you to this world and I will take you out. How can he say, like, once I was like, so what's mummy's colour? He was like, oh, you're yellow like the Simpsons. First of all, you've never watched the Simpsons. How are you calling me yellow? Please.
Well, Maya goes, Mummy, Daddy's black, Maya's black, Lyrica's black. Mummy, you're black, but you're a lighter black. I'm not black. I'm definitely not black. She's like, Mummy, but your skin color's not far from me. I'm like, Daddy's like a chocolate, and I'm like a chocolate lighter. So it's like, it's just so cute. I mean, she will understand eventually when it's time for her to get it. Like but she's always going to identify, and the world is always going to see her as a little black girl.
But then you get the adults saying, like, for example, another Maya somewhere will be white and bring home a black man. Her family will probably look at her like, what is this?
Yeah.
In the 21st century.
Yeah, and it's sad in the 21st century.
And it's like, if your kid is coming home saying, oh, you know, my best friend is black and oh my God, he's like the best. Why are you going to turn around as the adult that you are and say that's wrong? You shouldn't be hanging around with the black kids or the white kids.
It goes with what Vanessa was saying, you know, we're the grown-ups. The most important thing that we can teach our children is educating them.
Yeah.
You're not educating your child by being racist.
No, that comes from home.
Yeah,
exactly.
absolutely.
These, oh, but he looks like a monkey. Like, I was with Alison today, one of my close friends, and we touched upon, like, there was a little child in her school and her son's brown. You know, it was like dress up day or whatever, and she dressed him up as werewolf or Wolverine. I don't know. But anyway, this little white boy made a comment of, oh, why did your mum have to make you look like a monkey, that colour? You, as a child, the only way that you will know this is from home. You know that from home, they're saying, oh, that monkey and this, that, and the other. Don't know. That needs to be eliminated. We can't be talking like that at home, because our kids will repeat what we say. They do. Like, I find myself saying shit sometimes. Maya turns around and goes, Mummy, you said a bad word. Stop saying a bad word, Mummy. Please stop saying a bad word. I'm like, oh my God. My own child is telling me off, and it's true, because I swear like a sailor. I really do. And I've had to really, like, learn to, especially now that she's 5, and todo lo repite. And I mean everything, like, it's embarrassing. She will repeat everything. But racism is taught. You're not born with it. It's from home. That starts at home. I don't care what anybody says. And it's disgusting. It's really, really, really hurtful to say, like, us, you know, when, you know, when the whole George Floyd thing happened, and I sat down and had a conversation with my man, and I said to him, babe, I'm never going to understand, because I'm never going to be a black man. I can't understand. I can only empathize with you as your woman. And because I love you the way that I love you, you know, try and protect you in any way that I can. And the only way I know how to do that is by educating our children to understand what can happen out there. I've got 2 girls, and maybe it might not be as dangerous for little black girls out there, but all you can do is educate them. That's it. That's all I can do as a white mother, because let's face it, even though we're Latinas, we are white Latinas. So we get seen as white.
We get the white privilege, people.
Exactly. We get a pass. We get a pass for certain things, obviously. We know that.
Yeah.
You know, certain things. As soon as we say Colombian,
yeah,
it's a myth.
That I was going to say that it's like, we're white for some things, but no falta el que, oh, go back to your country. How do you know that where my country is? Babe, you're probably not even from here anyways.
Because we're not bright white and blue-eyed.
I mean, in the sun, they are.
I promise you.
My filter gives me grief.
Obviously, Maya is in the age where she is probably more understanding of what's going around, and in a PG way. What would you say you're kind of like the way you're implementing this into her, like to love her skin and love her background and not bat an eyelid when people are trying to come at her and because of her skin color or her hair or whatever it is. Because it's hard, you know, kids are mean and the world is mean.
Yeah, and we can't keep them in a little cotton blanket forever.
Mm.
And I think that's what's really sad. And I never used to be a crybaby, but all of a sudden I cry over everything. And just the thought of like her being bullied because of her skin color makes me literally want to grab a bat and like dress up in a black tracksuit and go do something that I'm not meant to do. But the way that, you know, we're just raising her is you are what you are. And I think we will tackle anything that happens head on when it happens. I don't believe in like, you know, preempting them on, oh, you might get, you know, racially assaulted, or you might get bullied because of the color of your skin. That's already putting something in her head that's like, mommy, but why? She doesn't need to know. Do you know what I mean? Like, until she comes to me and says, God forbid to touch wood, mommy, someone said something about my hair, or someone said something about my skin, or they said I can't play with them, or I look like a monkey, or then, and only then, I feel like I can then, you know, speak on it, because it will be fresh. She can tell me how she, like, what it's making her feel, and then we can take it from there. But you know, I always say to her, you know, you love yourself, because it got to a point where she was like, I don't want my, like, brushing her hair is a myth. So she was like, I don't want, mommy, this curly hair, it hurts so much, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, but it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And everyone wants hair like you, Maya. I promise you. Do you know how many people go and get perms just to get hair like you? And it got to a point where she was like, mommy, but you have curly hair. Why don't you leave your curly hair? So that I had to leave my hair curly for a very long time. And then I effed it up by bleaching it, and then now I've had to blow dry it until my curls come back. But I made a point of not straightening my hair for a good year and a half, just so that she could see that having curly hair is beautiful, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I feel like with kids, you know, they feel like they, especially, I don't know about anyone else's daughter, but my daughter, she wants, if I don't rein her in, she will grow up ahead of her time. Se me madura biche. And I don't, that's one thing like I don't want. Like, we're very, very hot on even like what she watches, like on TV. She'll tell you that's not my age group. Like, she'll actually like, if she goes to your house,
That is so cute.
and she puts on Netflix, and if it's not a you with a green sign, so that's not age group.
I can imagine Maya like this. Nope, not for me.
Not watching it, not today. Daddy said that's not my age group. And that's her. But it's because her dad is stricter on that than I am. I'm like, I'm sitting right here. She can watch Aladdin. And when they kiss, she's like, can't watch that. But to the point where he wouldn't even kiss me in front of her. He'd be like, no, she don't. And I'm like, she needs to see, not obviously everything, but she needs to see that her mum and dad love each other. Like, that they're affectionate and stuff. And he's like, no, because she'll think it's normal and she'll do it at nursery and whatever. I'm like, mine's quite bright. She's quite a bright little girl. So, you know, I'm hoping that she doesn't have those kind of struggles. I mean, that's obviously wishful thinking. We know that, you know, all of our kids at some point, they're going to experience some sort of nastiness. I mean, I remember in school, I got bullied in school. That didn't last long, though.
Yeah, I think you will experience low self-esteem at one point, and you'll question yourself. And I think it's part of that growth, I guess. But
Definitely.
If you're always brainwashing her to say, like, look, this is beautiful and this, and like empowering her in her own skin.
You know, us talking about like bullying and stuff. I don't know. I know.
Oh God,
this has nothing to do. Well, it's kind of like. But you as mums, yeah, you've all got kids. When you think, like, I don't know if it's just me, like, I'm an overthinker and I always think, like, years. When I think of my child getting bullied, I promise you, I think of the many ways that I would beat up these kids. I even think, I was like, I don't mind. Like, I'll prepare for whatever suit I have to wear in jail. I don't care. I'm going to adjust to every colour, because I will literally smash your kid's head in. But I promise you, and I always talk about this with Ollie, because I'm like, I don't know what I would do, because physically, this is what I'm thinking right now. And like, I remember once in a swimming pool, a little boy splashed water on Joel, but like maliciously, like he splashed him like on anger. And I was like, motherfucker. I ran after this kid and I started splashing him, and Camilla was with Caden over there and he was like, Erica, what are you doing? And I was like, did you see that little fucker? And his mum was there and she was like, excuse me? And I was like, your son just splashed my... And she was like, but you're in a swimming pool. And I was like, oh yeah, never mind about that.
But it's the way that he splashed him.
Yeah.
But then I say that as well. I'm very much like, don't even come at me with the bullying thing, because me and her dad will tag team and her aunties will be like, sup, yeah? But at the same time, let me find out that Maya or Lyrica are a bully. It's a myth for them. I will bully you, and I promise you're going to wish that you did grab that little plastic bag 2 weeks ago and left. Yeah? When you were 5.
You know, when I saw your story about Maya packing her bag, you know, Joel did that to me once.
I think every child has said that.
I cried my eyes out. But Vanessa... he grabbed a dinosaur bag that you could probably fit like one toy in, and then he was like, I'm gonna go to my tia's house. And I was like, yeah, okay, cool, go. And I, you know, like when you pretend like, yo dije, no, el que se va a ir. When I heard the door open, he closed it, he left. And then I left it because I thought, oh no, he's gonna come back. Babe, I let 10 minutes go past and I ran outside. And I looked downstairs and he was walking off, like, had the audacity to turn around and say, bye, mum. Bear in mind, I had Caden up here. I had to run downstairs. I've never left my child alone. I had to run downstairs and I literally was screaming. I was like, Joel, te me entras. But you told me to go. And I was like, ay, Jesus, ayúdame.
Because I did that with Maya. I said, yeah, okay. But see, Maya thought she was wicked and bad and thought that her dad was still asleep. But he heard her. He was like, yeah, you want to leave? All right, cool. And he's, again, a man of very, very little words. And he's so calm, it's scary. He was like, grab a bag. Daddy, no. Grab a bag. Pack your stuff. I'm going to take you away. He's like, but that's it. You're never going to see Lyrica again. You're never going to see me and mummy. You're never going to see Abuelita, because her like thing is La Abuelita. Like, she thought that she would leave and go to Abuelita's house. I was like, no, we're not your family no more. You don't want to live here. You don't want to listen to what I'm saying to you. So you don't want to live here. I don't want to live here anymore. All right, bye. And it was when she was packing and she was like, I'm going to miss you so much. And I was messaging Ricky at the time, and he had gone to get his cab off charge. And I was like, babe, are you really going to take her? Because I was like, oh my God, like, she's packing the bag. I'm like, I'm so pissed. I'm so angry. And I feel so upset. And at the same time, I'm like, this little shit, oh my God, like, what is going on? Like, she's packing her bags. Even though she's screaming like, Mommy, I don't want to go. I was like, well, you need to talk to your dad then. Because you need to realize that what you say to mummy hurts mummy, but also hurts daddy. Because she needs to know you can't play mummy and daddy against each other. Like, I'm not hiding things from your dad for you. I'm not getting into problems with my man for you. Like, no, that's not how it goes around here. Yeah, you may be daddy's girl, but guess what? Mummy runs the whole house. So yeah, she was packing back, and he was like, yeah, I'm going to take her to a street corner. Like, I'm going to take her. And I was like, Ricky, please. I was like, what are you going to do? And he's like, I'll let you do it then. I was like, no. Do you take over? This is parenting 101. I'm with the baby. You deal with this. He's like, all right, cool. Come on. He's like, you ready? Yeah. And she's like, Daddy, please, I'm so sorry. I'll never do it again. Daddy, please, I don't want to go. What am I going to do? Who's going to have my bed? She was worried about it. He's like, your bed's going to be Lyrica's. And if she grows up and says the same thing, she can go find you. Like, both of you. No, we're not having this kind of game. And then he goes, you might want to pack a pair of trainers, because you're never going to have new trainers again. I think our neighbours must have thought, oh my days, what's going on? Because she was like atacada, like, I'm more cooking, you know, when they talk like this, oh my God. I was like, yo, please. He's like, come on, let's go then. Out the door, she's like, Mommy, bye, Mommy. I love you so much. Oh my God. I was like, you are definitely my child, because that is drama 101.
Yeah, she learnt from the labour.
When he came back with her, she was like, I'm so sorry. Like, her room was a mess, to the point where I was like, he's making her pack all her stuff. She's taking all her stuff out of her drawers and she's just flinging it in a bag. I was like, I'm gonna have to arreglar this, like, in a minute. that's just extra work for me. But I was like, you know what? If it's going to teach her a life lesson, I'll do it. It's fine. Like I'll take that L. He was like, yeah. He's like, no, she got to the car. She got to the car and would not open the door. She was like, no, Daddy, I love you so much. Because she starts to go like that. Like she literally starts to, and like, I was like, Ricky, I beg you. Because he don't care. See, a mí me da pena. I get embarrassed like, on road. God, give me strength. Because I know that when she's a teenager, we're going to clash. I know this. She's me. She is me. She's got mouth. Like for everything you say to her, she has an answer. She has a solution for everything. She'll be like, no, Mum, it's okay. You do this, and then we can put the baby over there, and then Daddy can do that, and then Abuelita, and then that's fine. I can just go to Abuelita's house by myself. I know where it is. I just walk straight and I'll look side to side for cars. I'm fine. You're 5. What do you mean you're fine? No. God give us strength for when this little girl was a teenager, you know.
So this little girl was your inspiration for El Cofre. Let's take it to the mom. I can't even say the word momtrepreneur.
I didn't even know that was a word. Did you make it up? Is that really a word?
Put mom and entrepreneur and banged it together.
That's a really cool word. I like that.
Momtrepreneur.
Yeah, Maya was my inspiration to. Do you know what? Now that I think back about it, because I went to Colombia that last year and I just bought back bits. It was literally bits and my little velour roll thing. And I remember starting on my personal Instagram account that was very private. I mean, I was very much out there when I was younger in that reggaeton time. And then I kind of just disappeared, went to university, studied, was working and all of that, and just kind of like left the Latin community. And then came back from Colombia and I just put little pieces on my Instagram stories. And then one person bought he bought una camandula, like one of them thick rosaries. And he bought it off me and he's like, oh, can I come see them? And I was like, yeah, because obviously it was just a little pouch. And he got his missus a little rosary thingy. You know us Colombians love our rosary. Mm-hmm. And like que la pulserita, que la camandula de hombre, and blah, 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 and this, that, and the other. And then within a week, I had no stock left. I had nothing. And then I started to get random requests on my Instagram and they were like, oh, you know, I want to buy one more thing. Like, do you have any more? And I was like,
you're like, you could take my bracelet.
I mean, se lo vendo. Literally. I was like, okay, what am I going to do now? Because people are like, they're actually asking for more. I remember bringing back bare hoops as well. And it was like one of each pair of hoops. I think Erica, you was on my personal Instagram, isn't it? Because Erica's one of the first people who bought from me. Aww. But yeah, I just remember sitting there going, what am I going to do? Like, what am I going to do? I was like, I'm sure I've got el WhatsApp de la muchacha de la bodega, like from Colombia. And I was like, I wonder if she can send me over some stuff. Because she said to me, cuando vuelva, just come to me, innit? But the thing is, obviously, if I start bringing stuff over for, like in my suitcase, like the custom fees that you have to pay when you come in, you have to declare it. It's long. So, and it's a lot of money. So I was like, maybe she can post them to me because it's obviously small items and, you know, it will go through as Royal Mail and blah, 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 and whatever. And I messaged her and she was like, yeah, of course you can. I was like, entonces, ¿cómo hacemos? And she's like, ¿qué necesita? I'm like, candongas.
Oh my God.
Pulseras.
I have not heard that word in a minute. Candongas. It's been a while.
Yeah, so I was like, anillos, candongas, you name everything. I need it all. And she's like, how not? She's like, I'm going to send you pictures. And then you just pick, and then that's how it's been. But obviously I've now branched out, so I have supply. And then slowly like that, she gave me her contact to her supplier. So now I have suppliers from Turkey as well. So not only Colombia, but I mean, the more you grow, you have to branch out. Like, I'd be lying if I sit here and say everything is from Colombia, because it's not. The new personalized items with like el ojito, and that's like real sterling silver, again, with 18 karat gold filling and plating, like that's from Turkey. The majority of all the other things are from Colombia. There's some bits that are from Bali. You know, there's just bits from everywhere. But la mayoría is from Colombia. And like my green stone map design, like that was mine. I designed that by myself. Because I always remembered like my uncle had it And I think everyone's dad or uncle had that map.
My dad has that.
Real emerald stone, like the real deal, but we're talking racks. Racks on racks on racks. And I thought to myself, I was like, I know that if I'm a person that wants to have that, but I'm not going to spend all that money. I'm not going to spend like thousands of pounds on a chain. Not in this day and age anyway. It's like, I'm sure that I can replicate that. Just que se vea igualito, but with los nombres de las ciudades, de las main ciudades de Colombia. And I did it in the little version and I did it in the big version. And I'm currently doing it in the baby version so that our kids can wear them too. Because our kids can wear the little ones, but the baby mini Colombia map.
That's so cute.
Pobrecita, she's got a chain que le llega hasta por acá. She's got una pera que le queda larguísima. Poor baby. But yeah, so and then that's basically how it started. And I remember one of my friends saying to me, mate, you're gonna have to have an Instagram for this. I was like, oh, this is long, man. I was like, no, I don't want it. This is just, I don't like Instagram. I don't want to be known. I don't want my face out there. She's like, but you don't have to put your face. Obviously, I do put my face, but I feel like it's really important, especially with selling things through Instagram. I thought it was very important that people saw my face, and it gives them that level of trust that, you know, this person isn't going to run away with my money. You know, she's not going to rob me and block me and do that, because I actually was a victim of being robbed on Instagram. Imagine I handed over como una estúpida £93 for, I think it was a bag and something like a bag and shoes, or I don't know what it was. I can't remember, but it was £93. I mean, me duelen esas 93 libras. To this day, I'm like, they blocked me. And I couldn't even, just, like, that's it. Because it was a bank transfer. That's it. That's olvídese. Forget about it. Like, your bank will say, this is why, you know, you need to be careful, like who you bank transfer for. But yeah, so that's what I thought it was. So then it was okay, so what am I going to be called? What's this going to be called? And I always like the name El Cofre. I just like cofres in general. I like cofrecitos. I like the word cofre. And I thought, you know, at this point, I was like, Maya's my everything. Didn't think of having any more kids ever, but here we are, we move. And yeah, you know, it's like El Cofre. And I remember talking to my brother. Well, he's my cousin, but we were raised like he's my brother. I remember saying to him, I was like, what do you think of El Cofre Maya? He's like, yeah. I was like, yeah. He's like, yeah, that bangs. And my first logo was literally, Maya probably would have done a better job. It was horrible. It was so bad. And then I kept playing around. It's like my first pictures as well were so bad. I only just recently deleted them off the Instagram as well, because I still had them, played with the logo. And I thought, you know what, let's keep, I like very minimalistic logos. So I thought, let's just keep it like that. And I wanted my packaging to be everything, because I'm the type of female that I am a sucker for packaging. Like, if something is packaged really nicely, I'm like, oh, I want to keep it forever. I want to love it forever, just forever. And yeah, I go through, depending on the seasons, I change the packaging. So our Christmas packaging is coming in. I say our, you know, my Christmas packaging.
Me and my team.
Me and my team, which is literally me, my million personalities. But yeah, so it's coming in because I just feel like it's nice, isn't it? The gift certificates, because, you know, some people don't know what to get people. And if they know that they love El Cofre, they're like, you know what? Here's your voucher. You've got a year to use it in. That's it. You know, you get it posted to them. It's just easy. But yeah, we're here now, a year and a half later, launching 2 other businesses. So yeah.
So what's your other business?
Why did that sound so like? What have you got in your coat?
Yeah, no, I obviously know that El Cofre is very dear to you, but we also want to know,
like,
you know,
what's new, what's coming up.
Like, yes.
Plug yourself.
Oh, do you know what? I don't know who I think I am. I don't know, because it's very scary saying it out loud, because it's happening. It's like I never thought that any of this was going to happen. Like, I genuinely didn't. I just took it every day as it came. So now I've designed and produced my own lipsticks, my own eyebrow pencils, my own lip liners, and liquid lip sticks. So that's coming up. And there's also Vested London, which is, you know, loungewear, comfortable wear for ladies, and fur coats. That was really random as well. Like, I stumbled across a fur supplier, and it was so, like, because I never thought about fur. Like, I don't own a fur, not until now. Never had real fur because I was a bit like, don't know. But I didn't realize that how much of a market there is for fur coats. Like, and you can get, you know, a faux fur coat that looks exactly like real fur, exactly the same quality, and it's going to last you probably just as long as well. So yeah, done a giveaway, went on live, done a giveaway. A girl won a real raccoon fur beanie hat with scarf. So, you know, it's mad. Like, there's so much going on. Like, dealing with free Instagram pages is crazy. And a newborn and a 5-year-old and a man. Like, oh my God, he's an extra child. You can't forget yourself and your friends and your family. Like, you know, it's not just all about work. But I'm nonstop. Like, having an online business and relying on yourself, that this is my main source of income. I have to make it work. It has to work one way or another, because I'm investing my money that feeds my children and pays my bills for this to work. And con la ayuda de Dios and the universe, that's it. It's going to happen, and it will happen.
Speak it into existence.
That's what you have to do. You've got to believe in yourself.
Amen.
And you know what's beautiful about that? That your girls are going to be growing up in a household where your dreams are a reality. You can do it.
You know what? Something that Maya said to me the other day, and I literally broke down into tears, and I was like, Ricky, come here, please. I need a hug. Maya came up to me and she's like, Mummy, I want to be just like you when I'm older. And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, yeah, Mummy, I want to make and sell jewelry just like you.
You're like, tell me more.
I was like, Mummy's doing all of this so you don't have to do nothing. Like, you can have your own business. Like, this is you. Bless her. Even though I'm so militant with her and everything, she's literally my little girl. She'll run to me for everything, for anything and everything. It's just cute. It's for them. Like I said to my mum today, I was like, esto lo hago para ellas. That mum, like, I'm up, she's like, oh, you need to rest. Like, you know, give your phone a rest. I was like, I can't, Mum. This is my job now.
Yeah. I think that's one of the things, and I've always seen it. Like, we spoke to, you know, the owner of New Nude.
Okay.
So she would always be like, you know, running a business, you know, like with your 9 to 5, you could go to sleep because you're not the owner. But when you're the owner, you need to keep working. Like, it can be 5 o'clock in the morning and you still need to be active. And I think that's a very big thing to do for you to take on in order for your girls to have a better life. And like Jess said, you know, you spoke this out into existence, and the universe like gave it to you. You know, you are now a businesswoman. You don't work for no one, and your girls are seeing this.
I was never like
so
this though.
good.
I never thought that I would not work for someone else, because I was always in salons. Like, I'm a beauty therapist. I do permanent makeup. Like, that's my job. Especially through lockdown, like, my employers did me very dirty, very, very dirty. And luckily, because of El Cofre Maya, is why we survived lockdown, and why I think I'll survive anything, because I'd said, fuck it, that's it. I need to do, this has to work for me and my girls. Like, I'm heavily pregnant through lockdown, a pandemic, and my job's basically said to me, we're not paying you maternity. If I ever have employees, you know, God willing, if I ever do have employees, I know how I will treat them. But yeah, man, it's you don't stop. I remember I was literally giving birth, like heavy contractions, taking orders. I didn't stop. I did not stop. I said that I was going to take 2-3 weeks off El Cofre. Vanessa was back on like 3 days later. I was like, hi guys, I'm back. It's not even about the money, you know, it's not even about what I make. It was very scary for me to take the next step, which is the website. And that's what's coming next. But I believe that El Cofre is now big enough that it has to have its own platform. It just has to. I can't give myself any more. Like, it will completely obliterate me if I carry on the way that it is. Because at the moment I take orders and I'm like on my spreadsheet and I'm constant. And even when I'm sleeping, I'm waking up, like giving the baby her feed, and I'm on my phone, like taking the order, and then trying to remember, like, okay, esta persona, it goes that, this, that, and the other. It's hard. It's not easy. And, you know, so now I'm finally a registered company. Like, legitimately. I got my certificate in the post today. Oh, so I had to come up with a whole name. So my company is actually called House of ML. M for being Maya, L for Lyrica, and El Cofre de Maya, Vested and Bonitas all come under the House of ML. That is my company, and I am the director of my own company. And I never thought I would actually say that. I never thought that my name would be on a shareholder anything, or I'd be legal, because I'm being so spooky like that.
That gives you goosebumps, doesn't it?
It feels fucking good.
Saying it.
It feels amazing. And it's like, I asked for testimonials, girls, thank you so much. Because it's going to go on the website. And it was more so like, the way I said it, I was like, I just need to know, all I need to know is how your pieces are after you've bought them. Like, just talk about the jewelry. No. Everyone decided to talk about me.
Mama, I love you.
We usually end it on giving a golden tip. And well, we've touched on a lot today. So whether it's motherhood or business or, you know, by raising a biracial kid, anything you want to add?
Oh God, it's going to be another speech, isn't it? I would say anything that you want to do, anything that you do in life, do it with love. Love is the foundation and the basis of everything. Even when it comes down to cooking my prawns, you make it with love. Everything will come out perfect with love. Like and have faith. If you want to open up a business, do it. Have faith in yourself. Don't doubt yourself. Go for it and do it properly and love what you do. If you have kids, you know, or if you're about to have a child and you're not too sure, and you follow your heart, do everything with love, and you'll see that, again, as I say, if it's meant for you, it will be for you. But, you know, nothing comes easy. Nothing comes easy. But again, I always, for me, and it sounds so cheesy, love is a big factor in everything that I do. Todo, and this is from my mum, todo lo que uno haga, hágalo con amor. I'm going to get that. That's my next tattoo. Oh, I'm going to get that tied.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
I would have loved to be in the studio though. Maybe next time.
Yeah, next time for sure. We can get a convo going and then plan
Oh
studio.
my God, do you know what we should do? When Vanessa's available, she can bring some prawns in Tupperware and we'll record ourselves eating the prawns.
And my salad. I am so down. I'll go to Costco tomorrow. I'll be there. Yes, the big ones. Emociona.
Mama's Code out. Mwah.
Mama's Code.